This is a Hyundai Genesis Coupe, facelifted. Changes are visible mainly in the front, where gone is the 2005 accent fascia. Instead, we've got two fake air intakes. Changes are also visible inside, where quality of materials used has improved somewhat, and on the center console we now have three dials, one of which can be replaced with a warning light on the dashboard, and the other two are unnecessary. Never mind the fact that these three dials are almost at knee level, so looking at them while driving is not a very good idea. But why do I need information about how much I'm pressing the gas pedal, or how much torque is the engine producing at a given moment? Hyundai also decided to move the USB port from under the center armrest, where I was able to stow away my phone, to this little cubby on the center console, which I cannot close when the USB cable is plugged in. Other interesting changes include a new 8-speed automatic transmission, which replaces the old 6-speed, and the 3.8-liter V6 engine now produces 41 horsepower more, reaching a total of 347. One more thing before I set off. Just like in the pre-facelifted car, also here the traction control is binary. Either it dominates the car and interrupts driving mercilessly, or I can switch it off with a touch of a button, which I shall do now. The 3.8-liter Genesis Coupe accelerates from 0 to 100 in about 6 seconds. Now that depends on whether you have the manual or automatic gear shift. Now for the automatic, the 0 to 100 time is slightly shorter than for the manual. In case of the 3.8-liter engine, Hyundai says this car will do about 11 liters per 100 kilometers in combined cycle, and I think that's very honest of them, especially compared to what some other car manufacturers promise us these days. Hyundai Genesis Coupe is an honest car in general. I mean, you see a coupe with sporty line, you expect sporty performance, and this is exactly what you're getting. This is front engine, rear wheel drive. Classic, it doesn't get much better than this. The steering is quite heavy, especially by today's standards, but it's not very precise. Then I don't expect much precision from Hyundai Genesis Coupe, which reminds me of some of American muscle cars. So I don't expect handling like in a Nissan 370Z, for that matter. The whole car is mechanical, I would say. Instead of going to the gym, it's better to drive this car, shift gears a little bit, and your workout is done. And every time you shift a gear, this just sounds so mechanical, so honest. Hyundai Genesis Coupe is relatively fast. It's easy and fun to hoon about. It has a decent-sized boot and 2 seats in the back. Unfortunately, although legroom is generous by coupe standards, there is no headroom for adults. For around 40,000 euros, you get a lot of car, more than in a Mazda MX-5 or Toyota GT86, which are also both rear-wheel drive. However, in terms of price and practicality, the Hyundai is no match for compact hot hatches. But on the other end of the scale, there is the new BMW 4 Series. For the new Beamer, you can get a Genesis Coupe and something small to go to the grocers in.